Hi everybody, it's Phil Burns again. As promised, I'm going to run through quickly how to resize DPI images for Presswitch Camera Club, only this time using Adobe Elements. The routine is pretty much the same as it was in the full version of Photoshop, but in some ways it's a little quicker and a little easier. So we use digital images that are 1600 pixels wide by 1200 pixels high by 200 pixels per inch as the resolution. So first of all, we have to establish what our current image is at. So here's our first image. It's a landscape image, and this dimension, the width, needs to be 1600 pixels. So if we go to Image, Resize, Image Size, it tells us that it's 899 pixels wide by 495 high, and it's only 72 pixels per inch. Now first of all, you'll notice that in Elements we cannot change this to pixels. We can change it to everything else except pixels. The pixels we can't alter, they're grayed out. The reason for that is that Elements will only allow you to alter the pixel size of an image if you reassemble the image. So you've got to put a check mark in there by clicking in it and making sure you get the check in. Now you'll notice that the pixels box is no longer grayed out. We can actually alter these things. So first thing, ensure reassemble image is checked. Next, same as always, we click in the resolution and alter that first. So click in the box, delete what's in there and type in 200. Now we can go to the width. That's the critical size that has to be 1600. So click in there, delete whatever's in there and type in 1600. Doesn't matter what the height is, we're going to make that correct by adding black space top and bottom. The next thing is this. This is the default for altering images within Elements. You can actually select one of the other versions, enlargements and reductions, hard edges or bilinear, but if you don't know what they are, leave it on the default, which is smooth gradients. That works in both directions for enlargements and reductions, and for what we're doing, it gives a pretty good result. So once you've got this set up, you can click OK, and the image will resize. Put it back on the screen. To make sure that this is now 1600 pixels wide, we go to Image, Resize, Image Size, and as you can see, it is 1600 pixels wide. So that's okay. All we have to do now is add the black space to make it 1200 pixels high. Now that's pretty simple in Elements, and all you do is you go to Image, Resize, but this time it's canvas size. Click on that and you'll notice you get a similar screen to the image size. Click on the down arrow head there and select pixels. There's our 1600, there's our 881. So click in that box and change that, delete what's in there and change it to 1200. That's it. Make sure there is no check mark in relative, and make sure the anchor points look like that. If they don't look like that, for example, they look like that, then you click the arrow that you can see to fetch that image up. Likewise, up again, you click the down arrow so you can see all the arrowheads. It's that simple. The canvas extension color you want to be black, so you can select that from here and you get the little black recess to the side showing you that it is black. And that's it. Click OK and it will add the black space, top and bottom. If you want to make sure you've done it right, go to Image, Resize, Image Size, and it should be 1600 by 1200 by 200. That's it. You've done it. So all we now need to do is save the image. So we go to File, Save As. We'll give it a name. In this case, we'll call it test2_2. Make sure it's a JPEG. And make sure it says sRGB in the profile. And then click on Save. Now then, you now get the JPEG options, which most people are used to seeing now. What you need to do is make sure that this is at maximum, and that's at 12. Now there's two ways you can do this. Well, one is you can type in the number 12 in there. That will change to maximum. Or you can go to this slider, click on the little circle and drag it hard over to the right, and it will go to 12 and maximum. So there's two ways you can alter that. Finally, the format options. You want to make sure it is on baseline standard. That is actually quite important because of the software that we use. If you have progressive or optimized, it might not work with the Dicentra software. Once you've got that correct, looking like that, you click on OK. And that's it. Your image has been saved with its new sizes. So that's a landscape image. The next one, of course, is a portrait image. Again, we check the initial size. So initially, we need to know the size of this image. So go to Image, Resize, Image Size. And as we can see, it's 629 by 875. Again, 72 dots or pixels per inch, but this time the reassemble is checked. That's good. So first off, click in the resolution, delete what's in there and put in 200. Now you can see it's altered these two, and the largest one this time is the height. So click in there, delete that, whatever's in there, and type in 1200. Make sure that's checked, everything else is OK, and click OK. OK, again we need to add the black space to make it 1600 pixels wide. So we go back to Image, Resize, Canvas Size, change this to pixels, ensure relative is not checked, only this time we've got 1200 high, we need to make this one 1600 wide. So click in there, delete what's in there and type in 1600. Again, make sure the anchor points, you can see all the arrowheads, and that the canvas extension color is black. and that's it, and click OK, and it will add the black space either side of the image. Finally, we have to save it. So it's as before, File, Save As. We'll call it test1_2. Again, make sure it's a JPEG and that it's sRGB color space, and click on Save. We now have the JPEG options screen available. Click on the button head there and drag it hard over to the right so that you can see maximum and 12. Make sure there's a check mark in baseline standard and click OK, and your image is saved. That's about it. Now the version I have been using is Elements version 12. The latest version, which I believe is Elements 18, apart from some cosmetic changes to the appearance of the worktop, the actual function of resizing is exactly the same. So it really doesn't matter which version you've got. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.